On December 24, 2007, right here at the intersection of State Route 2 and Fulton County Road 19, two families' lives were forever changed. The tragic Christmas Eve crash left the Mealers without their father and husband, David, and the Reekers without their daughter, Hollis.
While they still have their moments of sadness, Danielle Dwyer is showing us how they're not letting it stop them from turning their tragedy into a positive for others.
For Brock and Elliott Mealer, in the 10 years since that horrific night, they say their journey has been all about perspective.
At times it seems like it was a lifetime ago because so much has happened and we've been blessed in so many ways, but I also just feel like there's so many more happy memories than there are sad ones.
It used to be a little more emotional, more sad for me, but now it's kind of a time that I can go back and I can think of my dad, think of Hollis, and try to think of the good memories.
The accident crushed Brock's lower vertebrae, leaving him paralyzed from the waist down and given just a 1% chance of ever walking again. But with the help of the University of Michigan football team's strength and conditioning coach Mike Barwis, Brock worked towards that goal of beating the odds.
I think what's a big part of what allowed me to do what I have done was seeing them really be performing at this high level and realize that I either had to continue to feel like I was out of place or I had to just kind of fit in and go through that training. And so it was a very unique and cool thing to be a part of.
Brock worked his way into being a part of that 1%. And on September 4th, 2010, Brock, alongside his brothers Elliott and Blake, led the Michigan Wolverines onto the field. Seven years later, Brock still has goals of someday running. Not so much out of necessity, but instead out of the will to continue defying the odds.
As much as I'd love to run again, I don't think it's something I need to have. I think it's more about, continuing to do something that people say you can't do.
It's the game of football that not only played a major role in Brock's physical successes, but it's also what Elliott attributes to being a big part of his coping process.
After the accident, I could never imagine playing football again. It kind of, the overall theme here is the perspective you have, and after that, for me, it was like, not only how could I play football, but why would I even care to play football again? There's so many more important things, and ironically enough, I think football really helped me kind of get back into that different perspective that I could enjoy things again.
After Michigan, Elliott moved to Florida to train for the NFL. And just this past year, he moved back home, working with Brock at Paul Concrete. And while moving back home can bring up some difficult memories, they're not letting those feelings stop them. Instead, over the past 10 years, they're trying to move on and inspire others.
I still have massive plans. I've been speaking so much lately, and that's been, I guess, part of my life's work is getting out and sharing my story and hopefully helping people that are going through struggles in life and hopefully inspire them.
In 2016, Brock spoke at the Republican National Convention.
I defied the odds, but I couldn't do it on my own.
He's continued to do public speaking events, each one reminding him of how blessed he's been.
I really am honored every time I get that opportunity, and it just amazes me.
And although a lot of good has transpired since the accident, this past Christmas, on the 10-year anniversary of that night, like the 9 before it, it's still a challenge.
I mean, I had 3 or 4 years that I would not go through here, and I still remember, I think I was with my mom, and she went through there, and it was hard. And there's a cross for David and Hollis right by that telephone pole. I didn't want to even travel back that way. It's tough. It doesn't necessarily get easier, but I know that I have gotten stronger.
While the pain is still there, in the past 10 years, the Mealers have learned to keep pushing forward, staying hopeful for what's to come in their futures.
For me, that's the only way things have gotten better is just to push and to learn. You know, if anything, my dad and Hollis, they don't have that opportunity. I do, and so it would be a waste for me not to pursue my dreams and to not step forward and try to pursue, even though it's uncomfortable. And I've just been very blessed to have a great support with me.
Definitely been hard on all of us, but it's a blessing to be able to just see, you know, what our futures have become in that 10-year period.
Now they talk about their future plans and getting out of their comfort zone, and Elliott is moving to LA next month to pursue his acting career. As for Brock, he wrote a book he's looking to publish eventually. Him and his wife just built a home and moved into it in Wauseon, and as he mentioned, he's continued speaking.
It's amazing how much progress they have made, and with the grief too, they're able to now think of those memories, but it was fascinating seeing them think back to that intersection and what happened there.
Yeah, just you still have the tinge of sadness, especially living right there, but then they're using it to inspire others and try and turn it, you know, that horrific night into a positive.
And they said, this is a gift. I have to pursue my dreams because life, every moment is a gift. Incredible wisdom and grace. Danielle, thank you so much.
Yeah,
Very powerful
excellent
report.
Yeah, thanks
for bringing that to us, and we'll be right back.